sick hats, beautiful weather, awesome cars. Couldn't think of anywhere else to work. It was just amazing.
Morning, welcome back to the vlog. The sun is shining, we've got Will working away at the yard, I'm meant to be in the office. Let's see how much we actually get done. If you're someone who suffers with procrastination, don't buy a digger. Because it's the easiest way of justifying stepping out of the office for a couple of hours when Henry asks for help. Obviously I'm going to oblige. But yeah, it's all looking fantastic. And what we did today was just the little bank which leads up to the field, just backfilled it and then got some topsoil graded over the top of it. So it still needs a bit of a rake, a bit of a finish, but almost ready to be seeded, rolled, and get the sprinkler on it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. This concrete pad's so bright. They look good. The top lips get sweaty already. It's pretty thirsty work. It's like 8:30 in the morning, I'm dripping. It's only gonna get hotter.
What happened to your broom?
The broom broke, so I've had to change it out.
Be gentle with the broom.
No. Come on, man.
Gentle strokes. Treat it like a lover.
It's so hot and there's absolutely no shade anywhere that I've been working and no clouds, so I don't even get a break. It's just non-stop. Sit down, cold drink of water, and then get back on it. Yeah, have a breather and shade. Nice to be sunny than it is to be soaking wet. Yeah.
Why aren't you working?
I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Come on, man.
So as you've seen, concrete is finished. Happy days. We can now start putting a bit of pressure on the farm to get their stuff out of our side and see if we can move in. It's not going to be far away, and looking forward to showing you what we're going to turn it all into. The guys are all out on site. Teams are busy. This week is back onto recruitment, so developing our existing staff and our existing teams, as well as supporting them with new team members. There's different ways that we approach recruitment. The longer term and generally more sustainable approach is by taking on sort of young, not just in age, but in experience, members of staff who have great work ethics, a passion for the industry, want to work outside. So that could be someone who's a young apprentice, it could be someone who's wanting to go through a career change. So we'll look at and discuss how that works. And then on the flip side, how we can attract and employ already skilled landscapers and horticulturalists or people who could add value in any part of the business and how we operate. We'll look at how we can attract them and ensure that actually they're a good fit within the rest of the team. Our new maintenance manager, Jay, is just about to start, so that's very exciting. But right now, the next thing on my to-do list is writing a CV for myself. As we're trying to do a capital raise in partnership with the business plan, needs to be a CV for myself and anyone else involved. So I've got to go back upstairs and start writing a CV. I mean, I've been employed before, but when I was like 20.
What was your first job?
I don't know, working for an insurance company, I think.
Yeah, that can go on there then.
No, don't put, CVs need to be concise and relevant to what you're applying to. How to write a CV when trying to raise capital. Oh, saved by the bell. And I couldn't get the barrel off the key and then couldn't stop.
What's this?
Gift.
Oh wow, this is awesome. No way, is this the new hat? In this sort of heat, this will be a dream. maybe run it under the tap a bit, get it nice and cool, slap it on the head. It's actually really has helped. I mean, it seems like a silly idea, but that's incredible now. As the water evaporates, cools you down. Amazing. I'll get back to it.
It's Tuesday. The team are over in Fetcham getting some paving down. Let's head over and see how it's looking.
I can bend my thumb back quite far. That is my trick.
Is that why they call you fingers?
No, that's not why they call me fingers, no. Dropped a few slabs on my fingers once upon a time. I've been known as fingers ever since, yeah.
Just laying this pathway actually. The client decided, I did originally lay it out pretty much just straight down the middle. So it was just straight line the whole way down. Still with the sort of offset pattern that we're doing here. But he decided he wanted it offset in terms of left, right, left, right, left, right. Kind of just left it up for me. So this is the pattern we've gone with. Sort of mixing up the stone so we don't run out of anything, and yeah, and just keeping it all spread out right and sort of flowing with the edging as it goes. So yeah, just knocking this in. Andy and Sam are wrapping around the corner over there, and that's it. It's just paving.
I was a bit burnt after yesterday. It's been a bit hot. Drinking lots of water.
Yeah.
That's well, trying to stay in the shade, but there's not much of it here. So I've just been looking up mixes for Andy and slurrying up the slabs. A lot of slurrying. Get it in all the spots. But you've got to make sure it's nice and wet on a day like today. Boss.
Boss. Boss man.
It's quite a smooth one, isn't she?
She is quite a smooth one, isn't it?
No, that's a good one.
That was incredibly well slurried piece of sawn and mint around.
Smash that like button. Yeah.
Cool, so things on site are moving well. Everybody is feeling a little bit fried, I think. It's been hot. I am pretty mentally cooked from it. We haven't spoken about hardwood vehicle troubles in a while on the vlog. I know we've got a nice new fleet, but my trusty Land Rover lost its barrel out the door today with the key attached, which was inconvenient. So just had to order a whole new setup for that. 2 of our new 24 plate vans now have dents in them. That's also good. The lawnmower came back today, 2 weeks later than promised. So great to have it back. Frustrating it took so long. Luckily, we've had some very patient clients. Positive news is always positive news. We've got lovely thank you cards, and the whole team got these nice Yeti, one of these each, which is great from our East Horsley clients. So Paul and Greta, thank you very much. That's very kind. So at least the work speaks for itself, and most importantly, we are leaving happy clients behind us. I've had Will here helping today, so he has been, while I've been a bit all over the place, he's been helping prep and get some last bits ready over at the new yards, and we are currently giving it a bit of a clean out, ready for the farm to move the last of their bits out tomorrow. So that's great, but we're very much not ready, so it's gone from slowly happening over months to suddenly bang, go, tenancy has started. So we'll see what we can do about that, because we've got a month's notice at the other place, and I don't really want to have to pay for 2 months rent for 2 different yards, if at all possible.
It's a tough end to the day. See you tomorrow. It's so uncomfortable. Save me.
Morning. It is Wednesday, halfway through the week, and the time is currently 6:30, and I'm already in short sleeves, which is fantastic. I have had an early start, which is fine, but writing emails to your accountants at 5:45 in the morning is just a really horrible way to start the day. our company accounts are due for full submission in 4 days, and the accounts that they've submitted to us for review, I am very unhappy with. It's so frustrating. It just, you know, just not being listened to and not having people who actually take on board and understand the situation that we're in from our last accountants, and then will do nothing. They just do nothing to help. You know, we had huge and crippling, completely avoidable tax liabilities last year, which were really tough to get over. The accountants this year have largely copied and pasted the same sort of structures, which has given us very similar liabilities, and it's just money that I absolutely do not have anywhere. But the sun is shining, going to be as positive as we can. I am on my way to a job that we completed over a year ago now, so I will pull the little camera out when I get there if I remember and show you what it's looking like in the sunshine. So here we are. It's looking absolutely fantastic. These lavenders look amazing. Probably going to wash it out because it's very bright, but lovely Egyptian limestone everywhere as well. This was a really nice build, really enjoyed it, really suits the house. Very lovely clients, and we are back to look at phase 2, which is the front garden. These pathways we put in, more paving, we did the pergola, lovely oak pergola, clay paver pad here. Some really nice features through the rose arch. Again, these are all these climbing roses that were planted only a couple of years ago, and they've completely covered this arch already, all flowering really nicely, looking very lovely. See if the clients want us to do some deadheading, because that's only going to promote more flowers. But yeah, leads through to this lovely view of their little seating area. And this is what we're here to look at. So the client's front garden, this big border at the top of their driveway. They want tiered and terraced, all faced in stone, Mediterranean planting, lots of olives and grasses, etc., because it's right in the sun. Some lighting as well, some new steps going up to it. Just means they can actually turn this area into something that complements the rest of the house and the garden. Really, really lovely to see, and hopefully we get the permission to do the front garden there as well. Down in Brighton, Harry's first project is still underway. Let's see how he's getting on. Is he on top of the labour allocations, and how is he managing his team?
It's hot, it's warm, a bit too warm, but we're done well. Yeah. Slowly getting there, nearly on the last 2 steps. It's been a nice week. Yeah, we've got Andy here today, running some cables around, so then it's going to make it easier once we've done some work. I like working with Andy because, you know, he helps me out a lot, but then, you know, he might be like, Harry, what do you reckon you can do here? And I'm like, oh, maybe you could do this. And it's, you know, we both scratch each other's backs. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, working in a team. Sam's he's been good, you know. He's been grafting out, filling the beds up with soil. Yeah, little mule. We've battled it out in the heat. It's not very nice. White materials, horrible in the heat, but yeah, you know, been a good day. Ready to reset and go again tomorrow.
So, continuing with my general inability to sit still, even when we may not be in the greatest position to be considering new ventures, what we're trying to achieve in everything that we're building at Hardwood Landscapes is a business and a company that is resilient as it possibly can be. And so what we are really focusing on now is pushing into the higher demographic for clientele, making sure that we can offer a fully turnkey service. So we are making the move, and it's now public because it is happening. We've got our first design in the bag. We have moved to, or are moving, transitioning to design and build. There's a lot of very repetitive conversations going on with a lot of companies who operate at a similar sort of size and scale as we do in this area. There's a lot of frustration around tender processes, a lot of frustration about value engineering. It's not always and entirely the designer's fault, but designs coming to us that have gone through months with the designer. The clients are very excited, and this is a fairly typical narrative. Everybody is thrilled that it's happening. We're recommended as a contractor, and then the costs to implement the design are significantly outside the budget and the parameters that the clients have set and given to that designer. So we keep finding the situation where we are the ones bearing the bad news to the client. We are the ones sort of popping that balloon of excitement, if you like. We're the reality check. And because we haven't initially been able to build that rapport with the client and develop that relationship, it's hard for us to turn that around and turn it into a job. And we're talking about projects as well, which Matt and I may have spent days quoting and pricing. So in an effort to ensure that Matt and I are able to monetize our time, which is very important, because we should be commanding the 2 highest salaries from the company. We should be able to add value wherever we can. We have paired up with an incredible designer, an incredible design company, a really fantastic offering. They are incredibly forward-thinking, technology embracing, future planning. What I don't want to do is just find a designer and employ a designer. That's what I feel a lot of people try and do. The thought process has been how and what will the expectations be when my generation are the clients. So when we're typically in our sort of 50s, 60s, what's the expectation going to be for design at that stage? I believe it is going to be expecting and being presented with very high-end photorealistic 3D fly-through animations, embracing virtual reality and augmented reality. So that is the technology we're really embracing. We think it's going to be incredibly important to upsell to our clients. We can literally be in their garden with them in full virtual reality, talking them through the exact garden transformation, and then any opportunities to upsell that we see within the process, we can start bringing those elements in. And that's going to be really exciting. The plan is for this to be at a much bigger scale than we're currently operating. We've got a couple of very good designers who we've actually worked with building their designs, who are very interested in what we're doing and actually would like to be involved. So we've got a couple of exciting meetings with them next week. So I guess to summarise, without being frustrating and just sort of lots of little teasers, we are now moving into design, build, maintenance, full turnkey package, making sure that the service we offer our clients is better than anyone else, the absolute best that we can do. We're going to be publicly launching it soon. It's going to have a big, very well thought out marketing campaign attached to it. It's certainly going to ruffle some feathers, but I think fundamentally we want to be seen as somebody and a company that is embracing the technology that's available to do things better. We're still going to be building incredible gardens, but it's the process that we're looking to change. It's Friday, I'm off somewhere new. I'm going to fill you in the car. Matt's off to East Horsley to do a bit of detective work.
Somewhere around here's the problem then. Irrigation seems to be flooding in that bottom right hand corner, so it's possible, and this is probably the best case scenario, that just one of the connections has popped with the pressure. Let's start by draining some of this water. Oh, squidgy. I'm digging a sump basically. If that fills up with water, then it's an easy way to get rid of some of the water. We'll just put a bucket in and tip it out elsewhere. Hopefully relieve some of all of this sitting water. Yes, if we don't dry this up fairly quickly, a lot of these plants will die. If the holes keep filling up and there's no irrigation and there's no rain, then we're gonna have to look a bit further. You get one of those people with the magnets, you've seen them, to find water. I wonder if that works.
I'm on my way down to Hardwood Landscapes today, which I am really looking forward to. It's a bit of a networking event. They've asked me to come and do some talking, which I'm very, very humbled about. This sort of thing is another good step in my personal and professional development, so looking forward to chatting to everyone in the room and answering the questions that they've got for me. I've got an hour and a bit's drive to do, so I will catch you at Corker's.
I know what it can't be, and that's rain, because it hasn't rained in a little while now, has it? So what it is, I don't know yet. I'll work that one out for you.
I think what I'll do is cap the irrigation off at sort of this point here on this run and somewhere behind the dinosaur on that run, so that we can keep irrigating the two sides and just let this dry out. Well, that was a mission. Yeah. Turned out to be somewhat more involved than first anticipated. We've managed to sort of empty the sump holes and they don't seem to be filling up again anymore. I've capped it off at certain points in the garden, allowing the other areas of the garden to continue to be irrigated over the weekend. Best guess is at the moment is that we've just flooded it with the irrigation. It seems strange, so just need to keep an eye on it now, see what happens moving forward.
Another problem solved. Snagging is inevitable, but we just need to make sure we get on it as proactively as possible. Thank you very much for having me, Corker, specifically Ollie from Corker. It was a fantastic experience, sort of like starting the videos all over again, really stepping out of my comfort zone and having the chance to do a bit of public speaking and be interviewed with a microphone in hand in front of a small but very, very kind audience. We have filmed the interview that is currently being edited and is going to be released as a standalone video. So really looking forward to sharing that with you as soon as it's done. Another week under wraps. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you have a look in our description to find our affiliate link for Big Boots. I'll catch you next week.